On April 5th, 2025, Cooper Flagg suffered one of the most heartbreaking losses in college basketball history. You could see it in his eyes. He was shattered. But even in heartbreak, one bright spot remained. He was still the undisputed #1 pick, a ticket to the NBA, a fresh start. Unfortunately, fate didn't just hand him a jersey, it handed him a curveball.
Airline Center, it was not the typical fun spirit that you normally see on a game day.
You guys got a statue right there, it's supposed to be Luka right there. Why we don't got a statue for Luka? Because we got bum-ass management.
Come on. Dallas isn't going to win this. Come on.
The #1 pick in the 2025 NBA draft goes to the Dallas Mavericks.
If this was the moment he'd always dreamed of, he wasn't acting like it. Cooper isn't entering with LeBron's media frenzy or Wemby's otherworldly hype. But at just 18, the fire he's stepping into might burn hotter than anything a #1 pick has ever faced. Because this isn't just about talent anymore. It's about a storm he didn't start, but has to survive. Will it break him? Hey guys, a while back my computer got hacked. Someone stole my credit card information and started racking up charges. Luckily, they didn't get into my Hoop Reports YouTube account. Because if they had, that would have been a nightmare. If I had to guess where it happened, probably while using public Wi-Fi, at a cafe, a library, maybe even while traveling. I didn't realize this before, but public Wi-Fi is one of the easiest ways for hackers to steal your data. That's why I'm working with today's sponsor, NordVPN. If you're like me, always using public Wi-Fi at cafes, libraries, or airports, NordVPN protects your connection so you don't fall into hidden traps. And here's what I love. They've got a built-in dark web monitor that scans the dark web and alerts you if your data is already out there. It's so simple to use, super fast. And now, I don't go online publicly without it anymore. So don't wait for something bad to happen like I did. Protect yourself now with NordVPN. And right now, you can get their 2-year plan plus 4 extra months at nordvpn.com/hoopreports. It's completely risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guaranteed. This is Newport, Maine, a quiet town of just 3,000, where Cooper Flagg was born and raised. He might be the best American prospect since LeBron James, but at his core, still just a small-town kid. He spent time outside, especially fishing, but loved zoning out on video games too. At school, he wasn't chasing popularity. People describe him as polite, approachable, just easy to be around. He went to prom, showed up to graduation. Yeah, he's special on the court, but off it, he's a lot more like the rest of us than you'd think. In February 2025, the most baffling trade I've ever seen went down. There were thousands of reasons it made no sense. Speculation ran wild. What could possibly justify trading Luka Doncic? Then came May 12th, the lottery. Kyrie said it best, and in a flash, the mystery was gone.
This is a dark, dark day in my estimation because they have undeniably rigged this lottery and they've done it right under our noses, right in front of our faces.
Now, some people will say, come on, man, it was legit. The ping pong balls were drawn live. It was a sanctioned event. Sure, but come on now. If a magician can make an elephant vanish on live TV, do you really think the NBA couldn't nudge a few ping pong balls and slap a legit label on it?
In 1992, I meet Mr. Stern in March. Then he pulls me to the side, you want to play where it's cold or where it's hot? And I was like, hot. A couple of days later, they had the draft thing in Orlando, Florida, was #1. I was like,
we've seen the lottery play out a little too perfectly more than a few times. But Cooper's situation, this is much, much different. Let's be real. Nico Harrison and Patrick Dumont aren't exactly fan favorites at the moment. Ever since they traded Luka Doncic, they've been absolutely torched by the media, by fans, by everyone.
You can do what you want to do as an owner. You can also be called stupid for doing it. And that's exactly what I'm calling Dallas Mavs ownership. Stupid for doing what they did.
I've seen plenty of bad ownership over the years, but the way the Mavericks front office handled Luka's exit might be the slimiest I've ever witnessed. Now, put yourself in Cooper Flagg's shoes. You're barely out of high school, and you're stepping into a franchise where the people calling the shots have already shown their true colors. I mean, for the last 6 months, they've been trashing the guy who just carried them to the NBA Finals. They called him fat. They called him lazy. They questioned his work ethic and professionalism after everything he did for them. Now, imagine being Cooper and realizing, these are my new bosses? How do you even wrap your head around that? Can I actually trust these guys? If I show up a little out of shape, will they start whispering that I don't care enough? What if I go out for a drink? Are they going to say I don't have the focus of a Kobe or a Jordan? As bad as the front office is, however, this is just the tip of the iceberg for Cooper. All number 1 picks walk into a rebuild. Low expectations, time to grow, star by default. But Cooper? That's not what he's walking into. Let's take a closer look at the Mavericks. His college team had talent, no doubt, but Cooper's never played with anyone like Kyrie. And more intimidating than Kyrie's game is Kyrie's mind.
You went on a podcast and you said you believe the Earth was flat, and do you actually you want to reel that in, or you still believe the Earth is flat?
You know what?
Anthony Davis is a generational talent too, and he just happens to play the same position as Cooper. So, if AD is healthy, does Cooper even start? And if he doesn't, can he handle something he's never faced before, coming off the bench? Cooper will also be teammates with a guy who's been at the top countless times and never lets you forget it. This is the environment he's stepping into. These guys aren't toxic. They're not going to scream in his face or treat him like trash, but they're also not here to babysit. They're in win now mode, and the last thing they want is an 18-year-old rookie slowing them down. If this was the whole story, Cooper might be all right, but as the title suggested, this is a war zone. Cooper isn't just arriving in Dallas. He's stepping into a city with a broken heart.
Same, bro, same.
Normally, a number 1 pick of his caliber would be met with open arms. But remember, for the past 6 years, Dallas was Luka's city. The man gave them magic, epic playoff runs, nightly brilliance, and a trip to the NBA Finals. In return, the city didn't just cheer for him, they loved him.
Yeah, we wanted to get Laker gear to support his new journey for sure.
We are here to support Luka, not the Mavs.
Think of it like this. Right after breaking up with the boyfriend or girlfriend your entire family adored, you bring home a new partner. The pictures are still up on the walls. Your mom still slips up and says their name. No one's ready to move on, but here is this new partner trying to fill the void. How do you think that dinner's going to feel? Well, that's exactly what 18-year-old Cooper Flagg is walking into. Still playing the same game he always has, only now he'll be doing it in front of fans who are still holding on to Luka. Fans still wearing his jersey. And speaking of Luka, whether anyone says it out loud or not, he knows Cooper Flagg is the reason he was traded. If Cooper Flagg didn't exist, if this generational prospect had never been born, Luka Doncic knows he'd still be in Dallas. So from day one, Cooper will be tied to a superstar he's never even met. Not by choice, but by consequence. And while neither player is to blame, their paths are now intertwined in a way that's impossible to ignore. Will Luka come for him? Not out for hate, but as a statement? A reminder of what Dallas lost. And if that moment comes, how will Cooper Flagg handle it? Cooper Flagg wasn't raised under the bright lights of LA or New York. He grew up in driveways, in high school gyms, in the cold silence of a town that doesn't chase fame. And from day one, neither did he. Cooper wasn't about flash. No viral mixtapes, no choreographed celebrations. Just sweat, grit, and every possession played like it was his last. Even as a teenager, he was better than everyone around him, but he never acted like it. He just kept working. His mom was his high school assistant coach. His twin brother Ace was his first rival. And whether it was family competition or small town values, something forged Cooper Flagg into a team-first mentality player. A kid who climbed his way up, from the driveway, up. And now, he's still just 18 years old, a teenager. But the moment he's walking into, there's never been anything like this in NBA history. He didn't ask to be drafted by a franchise in chaos. He didn't ask to carry a city that just lost its heartbeat. He didn't ask for the pressure or the expectations. But here he is, thrown into the fire. All he can do is what he's always done, play ball. But this isn't Newport. This is the NBA. And the question is no longer, is he good enough? It's, will the weight of it all break him? Or build him into one of the greatest stories the league has ever seen? His path will be lined with traps, setbacks, and pressure no number one pick has ever faced before. He's arguably the best American prospect since LeBron James. And whether this ends in heartbreak or greatness, one thing's for sure. His story's just getting started, but the fire is already burning. And now, the world gets to watch what he becomes.